Kentucky Derby Day. I look like a walking mint julep. Isn't that beautiful?
Hey, let me tell you something. Mondays are supposed to be fun. Why are we making Mondays fun? Because we are. You gotta enjoy your life. Every day's gotta be a Monday. Every day's gotta be fun for you. What's the matter with these people? I'll tell you what, Sunday nights, everyone's hating on Mondays. And there's reasons why. Because you don't like your job, you're miserable, you hate your workplace, you hate your boss, you hate your co-workers. Well, you know what? Quit your job, find a new one. Make less money, be happy. You don't like going to school, so you hate Mondays. Well, you know something? No one's telling you to go to school. That's what society says to do. Learn a trade. Hey, maybe you're in a trade and you hate your job. Then go to school. Quit a trade. Just make a change in your life, okay? You might hate your spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever the hell you got these days. You know what? Get rid of them. Who cares if she's a model? Who cares if he's like a stud? All right, it doesn't matter. Get a fat, pig, ugly person that makes you happy, that you like, that's not going to judge you. That's what it is. That's why people don't like Mondays. That's just some of the examples. What's wrong with everybody? See, Mr. Monday, his whole goal is this. He's kind of like Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ died for you on the cross. Died for me, died for all mankind. Mr. Monday is going to make you like Mondays to make your life better. For no other reason. Seriously, have a better outlook. Cut the please.
Monday!
It's Monday. You ever piss in one of these things? Portable toilets here? Jiffy John, whatever you want to call it. Smell like How about taking a crap in one of these things? Do you guys make like a mountain of toilet paper so the water doesn't splash back up at you? You know what I mean? What's up, guys? Only thing that sucks about a Monday is the traffic. Traffic sucks every day, but especially on a Monday. But you know what? Can't let it get you down.
Monday!
Just getting a little blood donation today, you know? It's good for the universe. You know? That's what I do, you know? Gotta help people. Great song for a Monday. Just Outcast? Kind of an outcast. I love Mondays. You know what? You're an outcast too, because you're liking Mondays. Not just liking them, you're loving them. Look at this lady over here. I did a job for her. Now she's got another contractor over there. What up, Monday? Most of you people don't like Mondays because you're not happy with your job, with your school situation, with your work situation, with your relationship situation. You know, it's all a situationship, as we understand and understood. But I'm going to tell you, life's too short. Next thing you know, it's going to be 7 years, and you're going to be like, what am I doing? Well, make the change. Don't be pissed off because you got fired from your job. Find something new. It's probably the best thing that ever happened to you. Mr. Monday. He's a pioneer. He really is.
I love Monday! Let's go! Welcome to the I Love Monday Night Live show. I'm your host, Carlo, Mr. Monday. And with me tonight is the electrifying Don Zollo.
Electrifying.
Yeah. Electrifying.
Yeah! I like it.
How you doing?
It's better than feminine. I'll take that. That seems to be the other one that's floating around
Well,
lately.
they've been saying you were upset about that, and I know you started going out. You like joined Tinder after that last show.
Yeah, just
to show your masculinity.
Just to show demonstration.
How'd you get the ever popular Fitzy to come on our show tonight?
I've rolled with Fitzy here and there in stand-up comedy circles, and I was like, he's perfect for this. He's a New England guy.
He's something, that guy.
Yeah, he is.
Can't wait to talk to him. So May 16th, we got our big show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah!
Don, I heard you're like the secret weapon.
Yeah, I'm secret because I didn't make any of the advertisements. And I'm not bitter about it at all.
Did you notice that there's no pictures of Donnie with the show?
They put McCluskey in a fucking mask on over me.
So you're going to open for Lenny Clark, and we're going to have Goose there and John Fury. It's going to be a great time. When is that, Klusky? May 16th, right?
May 16th. It's at
a week from
Wix
this
at
Thursday.
Marblehead. It's going to be a big party. Big old good time.
We have 2 Super Bowls rings between all of us.
Who? You and...
Me, Saragusa, Lenny, Fiore. Between all of us, we have 2 Super Bowl rings.
What are the two? Goose has one.
Oh, Goose only has one.
He only has one, yeah.
What a loser!
So big, it's like the size of
True, exactly.
What a loser!
Hey, tell him that Thursday when you see him.
Yeah,
Let me know how you make out.
I'm going to open with
Do
that.
it after you do your comedy because you'll never be able to get on the stage if you say it to him before.
Yeah, no shit. He
So-
strikes me as a fun dude.
Hilarious.
I remember when I was watching him in the Super Bowl, they used to do those intro shots of like, they'd announce your name and then they'd show you like just standing on camera live, but you wouldn't say anything. And they keep panning and going to the next one, and Goose just came out and he had a do-rag on his head. I remember laughing out loud like watching that. I was like, this is pretty fucking funny.
Goose is a fun dude. I could tell you a lot of stories. My best friend lived with him for 3 years out in Indy.
Right.
He played for the Colts, and I got some stories. We'll talk about it that Thursday night. What's up with the Celtics and Bruins? What do you think about them right now?
I feel a lot more confident right now in the Bruins. And I feel like if the Bruins get past this round, which I'm confident in, they're on their way to the Stanley Cup.
I think so too. I stopped watching the Celtics, but I'm not going to lie, I broke down. I started watching them again, and then they started losing in the playoffs. So
I think you should
might
take
stop.
I think you should take a vacation. I think it's perfect that we're airing this during the game,
Right.
because they'll most likely win now that Carlo's not involved in it.
Yeah.
And Marcus Smart's going to play tonight.
He is. He's back, and I actually think that's going to have a huge impact because there are gaping holes in the Celtics defense right now.
Horrible.
It's brutal, and they need a little toughness. And I can't believe that I'm saying this, but I think Marcus Smart is the X factor in this thing. I really do. I just hope he's able to play enough minutes because he hasn't played in almost a month. And
You know what, though? He does the little things. He'll get you 5 boards. He'll get you 2 steals. He'll get you a block. He'll score 8 points.
he's the guy that they say doesn't show up in the stat sheet. And
Dirt
that's what I
dog.
think- yeah, I
He
think
has the
that's what-
intangible.
He has no shortage of intangibles. It's just the tangible 3-point percentage. I want to wring his fucking neck. But other than that, I'm on board with.
What
the guy.
happens is he hits one,
And then he feels good.
Then he
and
feels
he's like,
good.
we're launching 5 more.
that's kind of probably like how you are when you play.
It's kind of,
Yeah.
no, mine is kind of like I hit 5 in a row and I miss one and I'm in just disbelief. I don't fucking believe that didn't go in.
I don't know sports. You guys said gaping holes and just firing them in. And
You
I
have a
thought
gaping-
were-
you have a
I thought you
gaping
were
hole,
talking about
Klesky.
something else.
Okay?
I do, but that comes from practice and root beer cans.
Tell us who Miss Monday this week is, please.
Miss
Plus.
Monday this week is Asma from Pakistan. She is an entrepreneur running an organic clothing company. It's called Asma's Dream, as well as a nonprofit. She's opening a brick and mortar store in Salem, so we'll be able to go physically touch the shirts and dresses or what. I don't know exactly what she makes, but she made Miss Monday. That's pretty cool.
She did make Miss Monday, and I got to tell you, Asma's leaving me breathless. She's a
She's a
cutie.
beautiful woman.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I hope it's not just the clothes.
She's the most beautiful woman from Pakistan that I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I would.
And you know what's great about her? She loves what she do.
She
She does. She loves what she does. She's very happy. She
You
has
know-
organic clothes.
Do you know who else loves what he do?
Who?
John's roast beef.
Oh, John's
If
roast
you
beef.
want John's roast beef, you can call 781-595-6105 for the best roast beef and seafood around. That's Tasso from John's Roast Beef, our sponsor.
Are you sure he's not holding Ashma's baby?
How?
That's a great segment.
I've never asked about this, but like, why is it John's roast beef if it's Tasso?
Because it's a legendary.
His
yeah,
His dad's John.
all right.
yeah. We're going back
You know
to
what I'm
like the boats didn't have motors, and that's how those people came over. And I don't understand Greeks. Yeah,
I don't understand Greeks either.
no.
All
He's
right,
not here to defend himself. So
let's go right to shoot the shit. Virgin male who's been in a 5-year relationship was taught sexual foreplay on a puppet.
Tomiwa, who is 27 years old, and his fiancee, Wuni, 23, are waiting until after the marriage to have sex. The pair met at a Bible group, and Wunmi said that she was wowed by Tomiwa's intelligence. Christian couple, they basically attended a sex therapy thing because, they're trying to stay abstinent until they're married. It's a vow. It's sacred. So what they're doing is practicing oral sex on a puppet.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can you pronounce the names again, please?
Well, the 27-year-old man was named Tomiwa, and the fiance was named Wunmi.
So the guy's a virgin, but the girl's not.
No, they're both very virgin.
Very.
No, she got harpooned before because she said she's not a virgin. All right?
No, she
He's
fell
a
on a
virgin.
fence post at 8, but that's not included in the story. We just dug up deep on her. The real thing what happened here is that they needed a therapist to show them once it's okay in the eyes of God, where am I supposed to put my face?
I mean, back in the day, like the woman usually was supposed to be a virgin, and the guy usually, went to got a hooker or something before.
The math doesn't really work out on that, but okay.
But this one's like the opposite. What's going on with this?
Again, I think you're reading into this. We don't know that she's not a virgin. You seem to think you know these people.
He just read it. He just read and said it was a virgin.
Carl, this also isn't included in the story, but I'm pretty sure that the volcano would explode if he had sex with a non-virgin.
Okay. But what's all these like premarital classes they have today? Like, I mean, what about like natural instincts?
Yeah, trial and error.
A porno mag.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd rather
how
be
did
more
you learn?
embarrassed with like an embarrassing sexual
Dry
encounter
humping.
than a let's go to an adult to teach me this at 30.
Well, that's what's funny is there's no like academic degree for that. So the guy who's sitting in that chair is basically saying whatever he wants to these people, right?
The guy that's holding the puppet, he looks like he crushes a lot of
Kleski, would
pussy.
you have sex with a puppet?
A boy puppet or a girl puppet?
One with strings.
If
Or a hand
Pinocchio
puppet.
had long hair and his butt was made of silk, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. Man shoots his girlfriend and her son over an argument that Chevy is better than a Ford.
56-year-old Mark Turner, charged with felony malicious wounding, use of a firearm in the commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a felon. Basically, he stabbed his girlfriend in the back, shot her 5 times in the leg, then shot her son in the arm, and then ricocheted bullets ended up hurting 2 people because he disagreed as to whether Ford was better than Chevy.
It's a great reason to kill somebody.
I
Shoot
think so.
somebody. Yeah.
I just like that somebody has strength in their convictions.
Yeah. And only 5 bullets in their gun.
I mean, what about those like bumper stickers? You got like the kid with the hat on backwards peeing on like the Ford emblem, or like the other.
I
way
like that
around,
they
the
take
Chevy.
the extra step to have the hat on backwards to symbolize, hey, fuck authority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think about those classes?
Because if they didn't do that, that would be a very respectful pissing on.
I was going to say, if it was like a college professor pissing on it, then I would be like, oh, this guy probably knows what he's talking about. But if it's some kid with his hat backwards, I think he's the fucking asshole.
Like, if I'm going to listen to anybody pissing on anything, I want him to have a tweed jacket with patches on the
Yes.
elbows.
Yeah.
This is hillbilly shit, you know, if you think about it.
Oh, really? If you think about it? Yeah, we had to pull our thought into that. Shooting someone over whether Ford is better than Chevy.
Engine worship? It's kind of weird. I don't have a truck.
Are you a Ford or a Chevy guy?
I would go Ford because my first car was a Thunderbird, a Larry Thunderbird. That's what I called it. The 1984 MVP edition. That's what I called it.
How come you don't like see like emblems with like a guy who owns a Subaru pissing on a guy who owns a Cadillac?
Because only lesbians own Subarus. That's why.
That's not what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
That'd be a
Subaru's a great car.
That'd be an aggressive statement, though. If you just had a lesbian squatting, pissing on like a Camry or something.
It's got a better roof rack, more backpack space. Come on.
All right. Huge landslide in Bolivia that sweeps away 66 houses.
A landslide demolished 66 homes in the Bolivian capital of La Paz.
Look at this.
One person was left injured from the incident in San Jorge, Cantutatán. Officials said 88 families were left without homes. The properties were illegally built on a plot that used to be a landfill in the 1980s. So this was basically just VHS tapes that was holding this up.
Newspapers,
Gum.
cardboard.
Yeah.
Plastic bags.
The VHS tapes are still being taped over in the 80s. So I can assure you there's no VHS tapes in there.
Are there any...
If this was built in 2000, you'd have a leg to stand on.
do you have any taped over VHS tapes we might want to get our hands on? Or?
I'm sure I do. Actually, you know what? I still got VHS tapes floating around somewhere. I'd like to see what's on them. I have a lot of like... We had the shoulder video camera, and I'm like, I want to like... We probably have like 40 tapes. I don't know what's on them.
Family tapes?
Yeah. I'm like...
I have a darkroom or video converter and some hand lotion if you want to come by later.
Isn't it great though we live in Boston? You don't have to worry about like landslides, not really tornadoes, not too. But although there was a bad tornado in Revere, remember a few years ago?
I was blown away by that. I was in Newport when that happened. I woke up and they're like, dude, a tornado just ran through Revere. And I was like, what? Huh? Like, I didn't believe it.
It knocked my Uncle Salvi, who was 101 at the time, who's 106 now, his chimney right off his house. From the Revere skating rink.
Okay.
Because it blew off the roof.
The Bobby Orr Revere skating rink guy, that's always the story here. They built that place because of Bobby Orr. That's how popular he was. That's why MDC rinks went up everywhere in like the 70s and 80s was because of Bobby Orr. I remember I did the I did a stand-up comedy show fundraiser for the Revere recovery from the tornado, and it was at Wonderland Ballroom, which holds, I don't know, at least 1,000 people, and they had 14 show up.
2,000 Spanish people.
14 people show up, and 7 of them were about 90 feet to my right, and 7 of them were 90 feet to my left. And by the way, I just did right.
Yeah, but the view was...
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was being considerate. Yep. Anyways, I just remember being like, I can't fucking believe this. There is literally like 180 empty square feet in front of me. It was nuts.
They made a lot of money during that fundraiser.
We were able to restore the lawn chair.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was hard to tell what was destroyed.
Actually, Revere took a pretty decent beating on that.
They did.
I was actually shocked at that.
I couldn't believe it. It was weird.
Yeah, there were like munchkins everywhere.
There's not many tornadoes. You know, you didn't grow up with many tornadoes.
Worcester gets them occasionally, but it's like once every 10 years.
Oh, you don't get earthquakes around here. I mean, we get snow, we get blizzards. That's a big deal.
Everywhere you go, there's going to be something that fucks with you. Like, you know, you're going to get earthquakes, you're going to get blizzards, you're going to get overwhelming heat. There's going to be drought. It's just
locusts.
We have angry people with a lot of snow. That's what we have.
We got weather.
Okay, a guy with guns and a machete arrested for robbing the same Dairy Queen twice in a day.
An armed man who robbed the same Dairy Queen was arrested. His name was Levi Roberts. He walked into the Pueblo Eatery dressed in black, and he had 3 guns. Apparently 2 wasn't getting the job done. He returned 2 hours later, and staff found him outside with a gun and a machete. He was trying to rob the place again. Apparently this man lives and dies by peanut parfaits.
That's insane. Like, 1, that you go back twice, and then 2, you're stealing from a Dairy Queen. Like, what's your maximum take?
What are you going to get there? Yeah.
$250 on a good day?
$102?
And Butterfinger topping. You could walk away with that whole cup.
How about the kid from Revere? Because that's where you're from. We just talked about Revere. He robbed Walmart twice in the same day. They let him go the first time.
They let him go?
You guys know who I'm talking about.
I thought he got away.
No, they let him go the first time. Then the second time he went back, they finally arrested the kid.
I didn't know he
stole a stereo the first time. Then he went back to steal like a 70-inch big screen TV. Like, I mean, come on, dude. Like, what's wrong with you?
I didn't know that they caught him the first time and let him go. That's balls to go back.
He went. I mean, this guy
went
back too.
Well, they don't do anything to you when you get away with it once. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, but dude, like seriously, like I'd feel bad. Like I'd just be like, man, you know, like that overwhelming feeling of guilt. Like, yeah, I was just caught doing something wrong. And
most shoplifters don't share that with you.
Yeah,
Don.
I suppose.
This guy here ordered a Blizzard the second time around. Modern day love story. Tinder users go on their first date and get matching tattoos.
College student Chris from Pennsylvania took to Twitter on Saturday, April 27th, to reveal the details of an impromptu date. The Slippery Rock University student said that he went to matchmaking, found a girl on Tinder, they went on one date and got 4-leaf clover tattoos to match. That was so wild for the internet. They took a picture and that thing went viral. Now everybody is talking about how cool this is.
Vulva.
It's parallel to the vulva, I would say.
I like to think they're Celtics fans.
That would be one option.
I gotta think. To be honest with you, they didn't commit enough for me on a first date.
Yeah, that's not a shamrock tattoo. That's nothing.
Pussies.
What about getting like your
get a tattoo?
Get pussies. That's what I'm saying.
Your girlfriend's or your boyfriend's name tattooed on you, or your wife's. I still think that's stupid.
I agree.
You know, like
I'm coming from a guy that has no tattoos.
Well, wait, whose wife am I getting tattooed on?
What about guys who get their own name tattooed on themselves?
If
you had a tattoo that said Donnie.
I've never thought about it, but that sounds like a fair idea. I'm going to be honest with you.
But a lot of guys do that.
I'm doing it reverse, so that only I can appreciate it.
Ooh, this is juicy. For when we play one-on-one, maybe the loser gets the other guy's name tattooed on him. Oh! Inside a shamrock.
You know what? You'll lose on purpose.
Tramp stamp!
Carlo written across my stomach in an arc.
I bet you I could find more people that meet their match on Tinder willing to get a tattoo than to fuck the person that they met on Tinder.
What about wedding?
You're not meeting the right people on Tinder.
Did you ever see the wedding ring tattoos people get?
Yeah, they tattoo the other person's name on their finger, right?
Yeah, or like a ring. Like, I mean,
they tattoo like I've never seen that.
Maybe these people are drunk and they woke up the next day and they realized, you know.
But no one ever does anything bad when they're drunk.
I don't know.
It's not that big a deal to get a tattoo.
They'll never forget their first date, that's for sure.
Oh, it's so sweet and romantic, isn't it?
Are you on Tinder, Cluster?
No, I'm not allowed to be on Tinder.
Why? You get banned from that too?
I'm a married man.
Yeah, but you're, kind of...
I'm not photogenic. That's the real reason. My wife's like, good luck. She thinks it's funny. I try.
All right, we're going to check out our new premiere from I'm Offended. What is it, Donnie? It's an epidemic on traveling in the NBA.
There's an epidemic of traveling in the NBA that goes uncalled, and I'm not fucking standing for it anymore.
They're taking like 4 steps instead of like the 2 customary.
2 is legal. 3, they would look the other way historically. We're at a 4 and 5 step NBA right now, and I feel like they're getting set into like almost like an I formation. The amount of power that they build.
In fairness, some of these basketball players have 3 legs. I've been watching.
A lot of them do. I mean, I've seen LeBron take a handoff at the half court and like
it's
never dribble.
Yeah,
and then dunk it.
And it's like, yeah, it's fucking crazy. And I'm not taking it anymore. I'm done.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're back with Boston's best and biggest sports fan, Fitzy. See you in a few minutes.
All right, I got to get this off my chest. This has been bothering me for a while. You're being a selfish. This is go f yourself. I am livid. I am offended. I am livid. I am offended. I'm offended at your lack of traveling calls. Rules not enforced are not rules. And without rules, society crumbles. Anything more than 2 steps without a dribble is a traveling violation and should be treated as such. Who do you think you are getting away with it? Teen Wolf? And don't get me started with this Eurostep bull. James Harden shouldn't be able to travel from Milan to Minsk with the use of a single pivot foot. And I'm certainly not okay with LeBron's one-dribble journey from the backcourt to the basket. Society needs rules. We start looking the other way on 3-step, 4-step trips to the basket. Next thing you know, we're cutting in line at Dunks and we're purchasing 15 items in the express lane. It's mayhem and it needs to stop.
We will Gronk you. Sing it!
Did you see that video Brady posted yesterday?
Confetti.
Super Bowl confetti in your helmet. That's how you humble brag.
Tom Brady's been to the Super Bowl 9 times, Mrs. Bueller. 9 times.
I'm going to give you a chance to play what I'm calling Armchair Thanos.
Okay.
If you could snap your fingers and make anyone or anything in the NFL disappear, who would it be?
The commissioner, Roger Goodell.
I think I know the answer to this question before I ask it.
Hey, effing ha! It's Pat's Titans weekend in Nashville. A game that, when the schedule came out, you immediately circled on your football calendar. Hey, you still keep a paper wall calendar, guy? If so, any chance I can borrow your VCR? I got like this mint copy of Last Starfighter on VHS I've been dying to watch.
You're like that kid that has the sign, 16 years old, 11 championships. All I do is go to duck boat parades. If other kids say they hate you, you say, you know what, I'm not apologizing. I'm a Patriots fan. You got that?
Here we go! Let's go! Let's do this!
Welcome back. We are lucky enough to have this man, Boston's best sports fan,
The preeminent sports face of fandom in Boston.
and he's wearing an astronaut diaper.
That's right. That's right. If I have to piss or hang a heat stick during this segment, I am not getting up from this hot chair right now. I'm not here because I'm excited about being on the show here with you, Carlo, a.k.a. Mr. Monday. I just wanted to sit where Don Zollo sat before. This is what I wanted. I wanted the chance to hang with my guy.
That's the best
right
fucking intro I've ever heard on this show.
Right. Oh, man, that was awesome. A couple minutes ago when you guys were doing the gay version of Felger and Maz, that was awesome. Love that. That was the worst sports radio segment I've ever had to watch in my entire life.
You mean the gayer version?
The gayer version. Well, I mean...
He sucks, Mike. He sucks. Phony Michelle. He's a bum. I hate him.
How'd you get anointed as Boston's number 1 sports fan?
Just nonstop Florida hand jobs.
Really?
And afterwards, I'd like to welcome everyone here in Swampscott down to get on my private plane, and we're all going to get the Robert Kraft special at Orchids of Asia. $59, that's all you need. Here's the one thing about Mr. Kraft. Obviously, he has never been to Quincy.
On
On the South Shore for $59.
Oh, God.
They'll give you a quality rub and tug and practice discretion. No one's going to tell. No one's going to tell another person about a damn thing on the
Are
South
they
Shore.
agents?
Have
you been to Quincy?
Quincy?
I went to Home Depot. I've been to Home Depot in Quincy. That's it.
Kyle's from the North Shore. He doesn't go south of
Oh,
Faneuil Hall.
I was going to say, do you get a nosebleed if you go south of the airport?
I always find this hilarious. Quincy has like the highest car insurance in like all of Massachusetts because it's so Asian populated. And I'm like, there's a little truth to the stereotype. Like, this is statistically proving it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Quincy is an exciting place to grow up if you always wanted to, like, what would it be like to live in Grand Theft Auto? I enjoyed my ride up here as well, coming from the greater Boston area. The map said it would take 30 minutes. It was an hour and 7 minutes, thanks to all the construction, the traffic. And I think every third driver on the road now is either like an Uber or a Lyft driver. And none of them have any idea where they're going the entire time.
They're always lost.
No, they're always lost.
You think you'd pick it up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I've driven Uber in my life, and like.
Wow, that's a humble brag. Hold on, let me swipe on this guy. Wow, there's a charming-looking guy. Oh, has driven Uber and Lyft before.
So you're an Uber driver now?
Let me calm my lady parts down.
How long have you been driving for Uber?
I'm aspiring to get back. I did it for like almost 2 years, and I got to say this: when you first do it, there is a little bit of like, "What the fuck am I doing?" But then, if you don't grasp it after like a month in terms of like driving around Boston, like you should have a fair idea of where you're going at that
Can
point.
you pick and choose who you want to pick up?
No.
No.
I mean, it comes in and it's you can say yes or no. But you have no
It's
idea.
called profiling, my good man. I don't believe.
You got no idea who you're picking up. It just says like there's somebody here. Do you want the ride?
What if a girl's name came up?
And you're like,
Would you want to go get a guy instead?
Yeah, so like if it was like, oh, I want to pick up Veronica, but fuck Steve.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'm totally not going to be able
I
to bang
think that
this
the
dude.
first name. I think the first name comes up if I remember. I think that's what it was. But
It would be hilarious if like a picture came up and you could kind of screw.
That-
up
oh,
the Uber
dude,
driver.
Well, that's what we guys
that would be
right
great.
here, right now. The next season,
invent
the
this.
next season of I Love Mondays is going to be full-blown network broadcast quality because we are going to make $1 billion. We are going to marry Uber with Tinder. We're going to call it Tuber. We're going to call it Inder, and that way you can date and swipe. Like, I'm not picking this shithead up. Oh man, there's a good chance she can accuse me of something in the morning. Swipe left, turn right, kabam. There you go. You're welcome, guys.
I had a lot of friends It makes it sound like I had a company softball team. I had a lot of friends who
As
happened
long as
to.
it wasn't a company kickball team, because then I'd have to take you outside and kick your ass.
I had about. I had like maybe 5 friends that I knew that drove Uber, and like 4 of them have stories of like, yeah, dude, these chicks just threw themselves at me in the car, and I'm like, where the fuck are these chicks? Like nothing remotely like that ever happened.
I can't believe that never happened to you.
And it didn't. And
Are you gonna be like, oh my God, guys, I think the guy from Office Space picked me up. I totally want to pull over and bang him.
I have this.
Oh wait, is that fucking comedian from the 14-person revered benefit show? Fuck that guy. I would have fucking with my mother's dick.
Tony Danza wannabe.
So she banged the Uber driver and
I
then
have, like-
paid for the
I
ride.
have like 3 or 4 friends that said that they've had women throw themselves at them, and some of them turned them down, and some of them were like, okay.
I got a buddy who used to drive a cab in Revere. I know, again, easy on the humble brags. And he said one time he picked up this prostitute. She was like, "Oh, can you just drive me around long enough so I can fuck this guy?" So literally picks up a guy, he pays, they drive around, and the tip, and she fucked him.
Just the tip, though.
I know, man. When I take a lift, it pops up. It's like, "How was Dave? 5 stars. Here, $3." I didn't know that an option like.
Whoa, Don!
Robert
Did
Kraft?
you just admit to the tip only being 15%?
Just the tip, just to see how it feels.
So Fitzy, the first time I ever saw you did something big with Deflategate.
Yep.
You remember?
Yeah, the Deflategate press conference,
Right.
where I was super pissed off, just like every other Pats fan in the world, about the fact that Tom was getting railroaded, the ideal gas law, and every piece of known science were getting completely blown aside because the NFL had an agenda. The NFL had a point they needed to prove, that the Patriots were too good for everyone else, and only some cockamamie nonsense, tropped up bullshit nonsense like that could ever possibly get in the way. And Tom Brady was so pissed off about it, he went out and won himself a Super Bowl. So please continue to piss off the Patriots.
Because you know what? That's what winners do. They don't cry about it.
No, they don't.
They move on with their lives and they use it. Right. You know what I mean? And that's what he did.
It's fuel, man.
The biggest mistake, like last season, Like after the what
I
they
had
call,
no clue that they were even going to go.
I thought they were barely going to make the playoffs.
Same
It was going to
here.
be one and done. We all
Same
had
here.
visions of, speaking of Siragusa earlier,
Yeah.
we all had visions of the Ravens making their way in January 2010 for the 09 season, kicking their ass. You know, Ray Rice goes 83 yards right up the middle.
First play of the game.
Yep, beat someone up in an elevator afterwards. It was awful. So we all thought it was going to be an early exit for the Pats, like a Bolivian landslide, if you will. And by the way, the Bolivian landslide is when you have too much South American food after midnight, and then you just shit yourself. That's a Bolivian landslide. So
Isn't that one of the Dairy Queen topics?
that is actually, yeah. So if you go, that guy was he went back and robbed a second time because he asked for it, and you guys were talking about weather. Here's another callback for you. He asked for a blizzard. That's the kind of weather we get up here. And of course, he wanted a Bolivian landslide. They gave him a dilly bar. He went back. He's like, "Fuck that place. I'm going to rob it twice." So, thank you. I was paying attention to the side. Most people are over there giving themselves fucking Lynn heartburn by eating the roast beef a la mode on the side over there. I'm paying attention, making jokes, because this is quality programming. I'm live in front of a friggin' here at the Tropicana in Swampscott with the chroma key green wall. We got this guy. We got the Incredible Hulk. We got all the HGH on the North Shore over here doing a live talk show. We got 5 guys named Joe, Boston Punk, and a couple of girls that either up here or on a dare, or we're all going to party afterwards. So let's get a donkey like it's bachelor party, start sniffing coke on a piano, and fucking now. The biggest mistake the NFL could have made last season.
If you could just go on a rant for a second.
I know. I just wish I had
Why'd you
something
stop?
to say. So the Miami Miracle, right? Like that awful play where we all were like, "Oh no!"
You just said that, and that's a footnote now.
And that's the thing. It's a footnote. And thank God.
Oh my God!
Did they actually call it the Miami Miracle?
Well, they call it the Miami Miracle. They made T-shirts and everything, and that.
Remember that season when we finished 7-9?
Yeah.
That was a miracle.
Remember when we missed the playoffs for like the 9th season in a row when Chad Pennington wasn't the quarterback of our team and we didn't run the Wildcat? So I call it the Dade County Dick Punch, the South Beach Suck Off, whatever you want to call it, right? Thank God they won in a lot of ways, because that wasn't like oh man, they should have brought Gronk out back and shot him after that game play, because now the final play of his career is that awesome catch he makes to set up the only touchdown, and then literally leaves a mark on the franchise by using the fucking Lombardi Trophy as a wiffle ball bat at Fenway on opening day. God, you could, I mean, that's why they didn't draft a tight end, because you literally cannot replace Gronk. He's so unbelievable. He dented it.
Well, in fairness, the NFL dented Gronk. So.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that bullshit.
The NFL did more than dent. He's a Franken Gronk at this point.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are upset about that. Like, don't get me wrong. I wish the trophy wasn't dented, but I don't really give a shit. I'm not losing.
Hasn't everybody
They can replace
on
and the other thing is,
so many
it's Gronk. It kind of just goes with it. Like, if I was going to pick most likely to dent a Super Bowl trophy, it would be Gronk.
Yeah, like the Lombardi Trophy is a lot like probably like 35% of the women in Boston from 2010 to 2019. That's one of Gronk's ball marks on it.
Yep.
Did you see Amendola and?
It took way too long for me to get to that. I apologize, audience. I'm sorry about
Did
that.
you see
one. I owe you
Amendola
one.
and Brady in the Instagram?
Oh, shit, are you
I didn't
kidding
see
me?
it. I just heard
Oh,
about it.
you just heard it?
I heard about
kidding
it.
me? I went 6 to midnight the second I saw that Instagram. A lot of handsome in that frame right there. Damn, I missed Dola.
Was that the one with Belichick
He's
in
awesome.
it too?
I know.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, and by the way, how about those Patriots that, they don't have any fun, Philadelphia said.
Yeah, no shit.
The Eagles.
By the way, is there any more
fun.
millennial fucking statement than, they just don't have enough fun over at that organization? Yeah, we're too busy winning
you win
fucking
is fun.
Super Bowls.
Oh.
That's fun.
Winning is fun.
I love winning. I love winning.
Yeah,
It's like the
winning is the
bullshit
ultimate
propaganda.
fun. Oh, sorry. What do you guys have in Philadelphia? Do you have a sensitivity room, a non-gender bias fucking pisser, and then maybe like a room where you can get avocado smoothies and lay down in your Japanese beanbag? Go fuck yourselves, Eagles.
we like the avocado smoothies here, too.
Didn't they have like a
avocado
stadium court to prosecute people or somewhere?
They have
Well, in the original one, they had a jail in
That's
their
what I'm
friggin'
saying.
stadium.
Yeah, what are they fucking martyr? Why are they acting all high?
I mean, that's actually kind of awesome.
The Eagles got rid of the wrong quarterback.
Did you ever hear the Artie Lang story?
Could not agree more. They should have held on to Foles. They could have gotten 2 firsts for Carson Wentz.
Dumb.
Bad move.
And if you do have 2 firsts and you have Foles like that, you can
Not bad.
you can
He's
play
a-
with that.
he's
Or
a
you could have flipped
winner.
him to Jacksonville for like a first and Jalen Ramsey, signed him to a ginormous contract,
Yeah.
and they would have been relevant, played some better defense. But Hey, listen.
It's a fair
I
criticism.
know, and plus Nick Foles, he joined the Eli Manning club as the only NFC quarterbacks to ever fucking
beat us.
climb inside my dreams and rob them. Clowns outside the window. Anyway, so after the Patriots lose in Miami, this is going to be our aristocrats. We're going to keep doing this all night long. Nobody thought they were going to make the Super Bowl last year, and the biggest mistake was that's when everyone said, and it's an annual tradition in Patriots Nation and all around the world, the death of the dynasty. They're all done. And the second you piss the Patriots off,
Love it.
that's when they turn around.
'Cause you know
they
what?
do what they did, and that march to that Super Bowl, that one was almost as good as all the other ones.
They gave KC a beat too.
That AFC Championship was.
They gave a beat.
That was the game
down
of the year.
there.
That's the best game of the year, hands down. But you know what? It did go into overtime. Like, Kansas City was like a worthy opponent. They really were. Like, I don't like saying they
kid's
beat
a
them
winner.
down. That game went to overtime.
Oh, Mahomes
And
is-
dude, you forget about that play. Who's the linebacker? Was it D someone?
D Ford.
D Ford. I was gonna say D
MVP
Snyder.
of the game. I bought a
D
D Ford
Snyder.
jersey right after the game.
Dude, there was like, you think about that. He lined up in the neutral zone. Yeah, against the rules, they made the right call, but dude, had nothing to do with the play. Nothing.
It's just
and
one of those little
the season
things.
would have been over.
Patriots dynasty, baby.
I saw a picture of Brady dejected for a split second as they called that. Like, after he threw it, you could see his body language, and then he saw that there was a flag and what it was going to be called for, and he didn't even go nuts. I'm like, dude, I'd be like fucking jumping up and down,
Right?
Like, but he's just like, this is okay.
When's Brady retiring?
Never.
What do you think?
Never.
more
We don't
years.
want him to
Never.
retire, but when is he?
When is Jack old enough to play in the his son Jack old enough to play? I say about another 12 years.
Right, maybe another
Yeah.
10, 15 years. No,
That's one.
Never. He's never going to retire. Look at him. He's 41. He's almost 42 years old. He's in the best shape of his life.
He's holding it down almost as well
He's
as I am.
completely gumbified
Do
thanks
you know what
to
would
the
be
magic
cool
hands
is
of
if he
Guerrero.
just kind of like won one more and then last Boy Scouted it on the
What? And then,
shot
and what?
someone.
And then just went down the sidelines and shot everybody?
I would be cool with that.
He would never do that because he doesn't run that long.
By the way, what's your
Tim.
name? Tim.
Kluski.
Tim McCluskey. That right there, McCluskey. By the way, I only would want to work with producers who have last names that sound like cops that shit the bed in an 80s movie. McCluskey, get it here! Last Boy Scout, one of the most underrated movies ever made.
Oh, yeah,
That
it's
movie
good.
was fantastic.
I only watched it like 2 years ago.
What?
I know. I know. There's about 20 movies that it's like, dude, you never seen that
Damon
movie.
Wayans went on a tear.
Were you a Boy Scout?
For a while.
For 1 week.
Yeah.
And then I
Wait.
was like, fuck
Were you-
this. You're like, that must have been a rough week. Oh, boy.
Hold on. Were you a Boy Scout? Take down your pants.
I did it for like maybe 2 weeks. I was like, yeah, I don't fucking like this, like, at all. Like, there was no part of me that was like on the fence. And
Just didn't feel the vibe.
Not in the least. Yeah. I remember I joined like a week before like the Weeblo fucking ceremony, and I remember everyone was like, dude, you've been a Boy Scout for like a week and you're a Weeblo. You're like the fastest moving guy in this business. Like, people were like, I'm like,
Everyone hears that.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I was in fifth
That's
grade.
a sales
That's how
pitch.
I did it.
I was a Boy Scout for a while, and then I realized I was a fat Boy Scout, and I liked Girl Scout cookies too much, so I did like a bosom buddies thing, and I would just dress up as a Girl Scout, and I joined the Girl Scouts.
I
So
did
I
that
could get a
same
discount
thing.
on the cookies.
I did that same thing last
Hey,
summer.
Fitzy, what was it like? What was it like to MC the Patriots send off?
Oh my God, best sex I've ever had in my life without actually having sex.
Really?
That was the greatest. They asked
You did
me.
a great job.
Thank you. That was the thrill of a lifetime, really. Everything about that unbelievable run culminating in them asking a knucklehead like me, which I'm sure if they review the tape tonight, they'll be like, well, see if we can book him for the next
Yeah.
one.
Did they have auditions? Or?
No. So they asked me, I'd been doing some freelance work for the Pats, doing some live event work, and I do some stuff on their social media occasionally in season. And they asked me if I would host the rally in Atlanta at the Super Bowl. And I was like, are you kidding me? Is Brady GOAT? Let's do this.
Yeah.
Yesterday, please and thank you. What do I have to pay you?
Right.
And then 2 days later, they were like, well, why don't you co-host the send-off at the stadium? And I'd been to a couple of them before where they have them out in front of the Hall of Fame, and there's like a couple thousand people going up the stairs. This would be a thrill of a lifetime. They're like, no, this one's going to be in the stadium. And I show up, and it's kind of cold, but it was warmer than it's been the last couple of months. Hey, we saw the sun for the first time today.
Yeah,
in a
crazy.
year. Hey, it's the big yellow. So I show up, and there's like 35,000 people in the stadium.
Who'd you co-host with? Zolak?
No, it was me and Brian Morey, who runs the Hall of Fame. He's the usual MC guy. And we get up there, and they're like, well, you'll probably have to do like 5 to 8 minutes of work, just like a couple spots here and there. We ended up having to fill for time 3 different times because Brady and the players came late.
Jesus.
The crafts were late. So you know what it's like being
Yeah,
on stage.
right,
If
and
you
they'll
MC a
just
show,
do
and,
it.
and they're just like, Phil. I
Is
had
that
to do
the hand
over
motion they do for when Kraft is late? I would have assumed it was different.
Phil. No, you Phil, because he's I mean, to me, it's this long at least, and Belichick is like this. And so, yeah, I ended up doing like over half an hour material and MC work on stage for like half a Gillette Stadium on a beautiful January day. It was unbelievable.
What I'm getting is it was only 30,000 people.
It's like one of those things where it's like, I was there when Ted Williams hit his last home run. Like 500,000 people were in Fenway when he hit the final home run and ran off when there was actually only 10,000 people.
The thing I liked about it is, and like I know you like is not Fitzy, like just like as a human being, and I'm like I remember watching like your social media posts, and I was like, this is really cool. Like as a Boston fan, I really enjoyed it, but
buddy.
I was like, this dude's grateful for it, and it was it came through in the post, and I was happy to see one of my friends get that spot. I was like, that's a really cool.
You were proud of him.
It sounds stupid. I really was. I was like, that's fucking awesome. Like I'm happy for this.
It was unbelievable. You can take, you can literally end up like, you can start a YouTube channel, work a bunch of rooms, host some fundraisers, kind of stick to your guns, do your thing. And in a couple of years' time, you can go from like literally just making videos here to catching a tall boy on a duck boat in your favorite football team's Super Bowl parade, downing it and just being like, oh man, I'm
like this is happening.
Think about it. You were MC'd the Patriots, the Dynasty. Tom Brady.
I get embraced by my team, and then they let me be on a duck boat after they won a Super Bowl, and I rode down a canyon of 1 million people, and some of them weren't even pissed I was on a boat. Boat 19.
Who else was on that?
All the guys from Patriots.com. I don't give a shit. I would have ridden
a bicycle.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Tom Brady could have stood on me the entire time. Like, Tom needs to see higher. Fitzy, lay down. Let him take a shit on you.
Hey, what a run we've had, though. We've had, 12 championships in 18 years here in Boston?
12 championships.
We're going to get back on track soon enough and
I know.
pick it up.
What is your
It's
guys'
been 3
most
months.
favorite? I know. What's your most favorite one out of the 12? Like for you guys.
I got to start with the bad. 86 Red Sox did a number on me. Like that fucking leveled me. Like, I mean, that's hands down the worst sports hurt I've ever gone through in my life. People say, what about the undefeated season of the Patriots? Not even close. It's not even close. And especially given the age I was at, so that really hurt my feelings.
So that really hurt my feelings. I was so upset.
Angry Don Zollo burning baseball cards.
Is that the new segment? Tune in next week. We find out what else hurt Don Zollo's feelings. And that really hurt my feelings.
That fucking crushed me.
We'll be right back after these words from Ovaltine.
But here's the thing. I'm dead serious. That switched up.
I missed it.
You had the Calogero moment.
I was so upset my mother let me actually take a day off from school, and she sent me with an Epstein's mom's fucking note the next day saying, please excuse Fitzy. He was too sad to go to school, and my teacher was like,
he was being a real fucking loser.
He's got a vag for a heart.
But, so this is why I got to say, 2004 Red Sox, I was literally front row in St. Louis for that, like an arm's length from the Red Sox dugout. And that one to me, even with 2 outs in the 9th inning and a 3-game lead and a 3-0 lead in the 9th.
You're still skeptical?
I was like, I remember Mike Dowling, the sports guy, was next to me, and I looked at him, I go, dude, I don't feel comfortable. Like, I just don't, and he's like, yeah, I get it. And then they hit the comebacker to Folk, he caught it, and he underhanded it, and I was like, I still don't believe this guy's going to catch it at first, and he did. And then I was like, maybe there's happiness in the world. Like, maybe no matter what you do, things can.
You guys don't really remember Bucky Dent, that whole thing.
I was too young for that.
I was young. I was just just not in the memory range. But
86.
I do remember though my old man who got me into sports, and of course you can't grow up in Boston without being a huge sports fan in the first place. Let alone if your old man is a gambler who pisses away the family's fortunes with a bookie named Richie and Quincy. Hence why the grudge developed.
Who goes to the Chinese massage parlor.
Who goes to the Chinese massage parlor with my old man's money. But when my mom kicked the old man out of the house, Richie the bookie moved into my dad's Quincy apartment that paid the rent. Anyway, great story. So, you don't grow up around these parts without becoming an enormous sports fan. Sure. It's a way of life. It's a religion. What I'm wearing right now is considered formal wear for a wedding in Lynn. So, I mean, come on. I get it. But... our emotions ride with sports. Like this is just what we do. So I understand that. Like me missing a day of school, Don having his feelings hurt. My dad's old friend Jeff. He was so pissed off about that.
He had a toilet seat in his, well, we all use toilets in our houses. This just in. He took the toilet seat in the downstairs bathroom and lined the inside of it with Bucky Dent baseball cards, and he advised all of his guests to miss when they pissed.
Oh my God.
Just because he wanted people to literally piss on Bucky Dent for the rest of his house's life, which
My
I
buddy-
thought was a baller move.
My buddy Dennis, when I worked at Kelly's, my buddy Dennis did this. I thought, like, I obviously wasn't working there at the time. I was like an infant, but he was telling the story, and this dude's a diehard Sox, like crazy Sox fan, and he's like, I had a big watching party, and he goes, Bucky Dent got up and he hit that home run, and he goes, I had 30 people in my apartment. He's like, I walked over, I lived on the 4th floor, I unplugged the TV and just threw it out the window without looking. And he's like, I'm very happy nobody died. But he's like, everybody fucking freaked. They were like, are you shitting me? Like, are you and he's like, you just threw the, they could come back. He's like, it's over. He's like, it's over. But dude, throwing a and not a flat screen pussy TV like today, a box.
Yeah.
Throwing a box out the window.
This isn't a disposable flat screen. You see some knucklehead, you smashing in an Instagram video just so he can get 15 new followers. We're talking about an 80-pound. This
In
is a
my
commitment.
defense, I
This
got
is
the
an 80-pound
followers.
TV that, when it exploded, probably caused a Chernobyl-like release of toxins and
Had a
gases.
picture tube.
Yeah, exactly. My God, people probably thought dynamite went off.
The dump won't even take a TV.
No, they make you pay. They literally make you pay. And the answer to your question is the 2001 Super Bowl.
Same here. I was there. Were you there?
No.
That's where I met you for the first
That's
time.
where I met you for the
Really?
first. Yeah, we met each other there.
Boom!
That's
I
right.
was walking the streets of New Orleans, and I was with Frank Papalato,
Bob Berry.
Yep, and that's where I,
I had
met
my
you for the
son
very
and
first
Piero
time.
there. We had a great. It was a great time.
Vinatieri hit that kick, and I thought that's when everything
Dude,
changed. Everything changed.
It did, but you didn't know that at the time. I remember when they caused the fumble on like the 1 yard line, and I think it was to Bucky Jones picked it up. He ran 99 yards the
didn't
other
that get
way,
called back?
and I'm going nuts, and I'm like, oh my
Roughing
God,
on McGinnis.
we finally did it, and they called McGinnis for holding, and I was like, no, we didn't. This is where everything gets fucked again, and we get screwed, and we don't win another championship,
Right.
and it's just a failure mindset. And I was like, I was convinced that we were going to lose that game. I was absolutely convinced when they called McGinnis for that, and then we came back and Vinatieri hit the field goal.
The biggest genius move was Kraft getting Belichick and fighting for him and taking him away from the Jets.
Dude, let me
That
stand
was
up.
the most
Payne
genius.
with first-round pick.
That was like a Red Auerbach move.
Oh, in
Better,
hindsight,
better.
it's
Yeah.
arguably you could make the case it's arguably the greatest move in the history of Boston sports.
Yeah.
But I remember when
Sports
that
in
happened.
general.
I remember when that happened. My reaction was, this is the guy that just drove Cleveland into the ground.
I know.
And
Right.
that wasn't exactly his fault. There was a lot of other stuff happening. They were
Well,
picking
look
up
at
The
Cleveland.
look at that coaching staff that he assembled too.
Over
Like,
there, they're all like
yeah.
7 of them were like executives in
Right,
the NFL.
Nick Saban and everyone else. Like when he resigned as HC of the NYJ, and we were all
Did
like,
he do it on a napkin?
he did.
That's fucking
He
crazy.
literally did it on he turned
Old
it in
school.
on a napkin. I resign as HC of the NYJ
And-
dash
Yeah.
BB.
Good
That's
move.
how much respect he had for the
LOL.
Jets. And GFY. And
What-
then he
what-
comes on the Pats and look where we are.
What about the Patriots draft picks this year? I think that wide receiver kid is nasty.
Oh,
see-
love him. I've officially changed
What's
my
his
name
name,
to Fitzy.
Yeah.
I'm now Fitzy Fitzgerald. I'm Fitzy Harry Fitzgerald. He's awesome. I just listened to a podcast this morning. That's how obsessed I am. When I go to the gym, like other people like have like my awesome workout mix. They're just like, yeah, cock rock. When I go to the gym, I literally do push-ups to podcasts about the Patriots because that's how excited I get about upcoming seasons and watching Tom Brady in his friggin' 40s throw dimes and drop them in buckets to kids like Nkeal Harry, who is Josh Gordon 2.0. He's got some Anquan Bolden and a little Julio Jones in him. This kid goes up and fights for the ball.
Well, that's
this
the thing,
is a big
isn't it?
kid with game-changing speed and sweet moves.
He's strong. He's real
Yeah.
strong, and he can. And they said that his hands are like unbelievable. But I heard that he's not that fast. I heard he doesn't have breakaway speed. But here's the thing, though. I don't give a shit because
Oh man, I
you
guess
break-
we'll only go to the AFC Championship next year.
No, yeah. Well, that is Loserville here. Okay, like AFC Championship doesn't cut.
What
it
about the
anymore.
cornerback we got? He's 6'4".
I was on my
Vanderbilt, right?
flight home from Nashville. I was on the flight home from Nashville, and he was on the same flight. And everyone sitting at Nashville International in the JetBlue terminal there was like, Jesus, the Patriots couldn't have sprung for a plane for the kid. They just drafted him in the second round last night. Flies coach like the rest of us, stood up, took a picture with everyone that asked him. He is a giant human being, couldn't be nicer, and I'll say it, damn good looking too.
Really?
He's a damn good looking man.
You're attracted, huh?
I was very attracted to him. Like the heat I'm feeling between you and Zollo right now, that was me and Joe Juan Williams. But apparently, smart kid, can play safety. He'll come down in the box. They haven't had a really great tackling cornerback since they had Malcolm Butler and Logan Ryan, who we lost both to Nashville, and those guys could bring it.
Tackle.
They haven't had a tall cornerback in ages. I don't remember the last time they had a. I really don't remember
The
the last time.
guy, you know who it was? The guy.
The guy from the Seahawks, Browner.
Yes, Browner.
I hardly know. Nope, not gonna do it.
What about?
And where's that guy now? The same place that Rashay Caldwell is. Jail. Prison. Excuse me.
Is he in the can?
Yeah.
Rashay Caldwell's in jail.
Oh yeah, he's like there's an amazing piece before ESPN the magazine shuts down, which you can't do soon enough. I mean, I'm gonna miss the body.
This is news to me.
I'm gonna miss the body episode for seeing Vince Wilfork naked on the cover, but come on, we were all there, maybe. Yeah, there's this awesome piece on Rashay Caldwell after his career. Maybe it's because he dropped so many easy touchdowns in that fucking AFC championship.
That AFC
in
championship
Indianapolis.
against the Colts, there was a chance to seal the game.
Could have won the game.
And I'm not bullshit. I could have made that
Wes
catch.
Welker.
Right.
Hey, listen, Wes Welker dropped the biggest pass ever.
And Super Bowl
Think-
46.
Think about this. Like
That was
two
a tough.
play-
Hey, Welker gets remembered for that too. That kills me because
I know.
Welker. I mean,
I know.
He was unbelievable.
He was welcome. People literally
Unbelievable.
wore shirts around that said Welker.
I know,
He
I
was
know.
a god around here for like half a decade.
I know.
But yeah, so Caldwell is became the worst drug dealer in history.
Why would
And
you
got, I don't know.
Is Gronk going to come back at the end of the year?
To ride in a duck boat, yes. As a member of the Patriots, no.
You don't think so? He's done.
No, I think that's it. I mean, like me and McCluskey were talking about a few minutes ago. At this point now, he's so banged up. Like he actually can move half decent.
I think the idea of him coming back.
I think he's just gonna enjoy his life. 5 Super Bowls, three rings.
Last
in
2
9
games of the
seasons.
year, 4 playoff games, or probably 3 playoff games if they get a bye.
If come on. You
When
can,
they-
you can,
when they
start,
get a
you can
bye.
start the calendar year
When
knowing
they get a
like,
bye.
Christmas is the 25th. I'm going to be on the Cape for several weeks in the summer eating fried clams. And yes, the Patriots will get a bye in January. I don't think he comes back. I don't think so.
I think he's coming back. Like I'm not like I'll bet the house on it, but I'm like I think it's kind of like a 50-50
comes
type
back.
shot.
You think so?
What's McDaniels doing with the offense? I mean, are you changing it a little bit?
I bet you they're going to be a little bit more focused on the run,
It's a run-first team now.
and
Or
then
little flats to the running backs.
and then when it comes time to throw, you're set up for the run. And
Right.
Tom Brady's not known for hitting open receivers.
Right.
No, but they gave you the blueprint for what they're going to do going forward last season because they brought Sony Michel in. They drafted in the first round last year. They drafted a lineman and a running back, and this year they got not so speedy possession receiver.
Right.
So that's what they're going to do. They're going to work the inside and the outs. They're going to run, and then they took that kid Harris in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
The running back from
Played with Sony
Alabama.
Michel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're going to do some. They're going to go ground and pound. They're going to go good old fashioned smash mouth football, and I think that's the key to making sure you don't put too many miles on the tires of Brady in the last couple of seasons.
Yeah. And the defense is a little better now. ID.
Yeah, the kid Bentley comes back after only
Yeah,
2
right.
games last year.
Yeah,
they
he was
got
good.
What about
Duke Dawson and Christian Sam. A lot of those kids from the 18 draft class never even saw the field.
I know.
Isaiah Wynn?
He's going to be good.
Yeah, like
Perfect last
Which one's
name.
that?
Dude,
Left tackle.
he tore his Achilles in
Oh,
training
yeah,
camp.
yeah,
First round
draft
pick.
Right.
I'm like, he is coming back from a serious injury, but I'm like, he's a first round pick.
Right,
Like that's
He was the highest graded left tackle his junior season, which turned to be his senior season, in the SEC, playing against the likes of Alabama.
Right,
You know,
right. That's good
He was
stuff.
on Georgia. He's a hell of a. He's gonna.
Yeah.
If the Achilles holds up, he's gonna be fantastic. Seamless transition, I should say, from the man mountain that was Trent Brown.
I love Trent Brown.
Oh, my
God,
You couldn't pay 14 you couldn't pay him $14 million. But the kid they drafted in West Virginia,
Oh, that kid's nasty.
he's like the same size as Brown. Monster.
Trent Brown makes NFL guys look small. Like I was looking at him and I was like, Jesus Christ, look at this guy. Like
Yeah, they drafted young. Yeah, that kid
Imagine
from.
having him on your backside.
Shh, imagine the size of the
every
shit he
night,
takes.
Carlo.
Oh, yeah, it's huge. He wipes his ass with the Sunday Globe.
Well, doesn't everyone now at this point?
Klusky, what do we got off of
You guys are
Fitzy?
so passionate about this. You guys are lucky to be from New England.
Klusky, this is sports. This
I know,
is
I
what
just-
men do.
Well,
Yeah.
what do guys in Delaware jerk off to? I don't get it. Like
All the credit card and Ponzi schemes that they're running.
presidents.
Delaware's a fake fucking state. It doesn't even exist.
Ex-presidents.
Delaware gets the least clout of any state, I think.
It's not real.
How many people live
Yeah.
there?
Like,
It's our own version of the Cayman Islands.
it's tied directly to our history as a nation.
Is
and
it
we just
smaller
kinda
than Rhode
shit on
Island?
it.
But yes,
I can't think of anything that's
just bigger and twice as
current
crooked.
that's Delaware related. Not one thing that's current
That's
that's
crooked.
Delaware.
Maybe it's like
More crooked than
this
Rhode Island.
really cool low-key place we got to check out.
What, Rehoboth Beach?
No, Delaware.
Oh, Delaware. They even made a joke about it in Wayne's World, for Christ's sakes. Remember, they
Yes,
were doing
about
their
how
own
dumb
green
it
screen
is,
thing and
yeah.
like, hey, I'm in Delaware.
That's right. I forgot
They
about
haven't earned
that.
shit.
Kleski, what do we got here for Fitzy?
Well, here at the Monday Show, we like to run through some would you rather scenarios. With our first-time guests, usually do this to get to know them a little better. You know, this is gonna.
Hopefully, this will help me overcome my crippling shyness.
Yeah, this is going to give us an insight on your true personality. We know you're a Patriots superfan.
Yeah.
Would you rather be Tom Brady's personal assistant or a low man on the Belichick staff with room to advance?
Oh, the Photoshop alone.
Great question.
Can I take option C, Giselle?
Yeah.
Just so I can know what it would be like to be with Brady. Funny story. You know what I got my wife for Christmas?
What?
A Tom Brady mask.
Really?
Giselle might have
Did
some
she
of
wear
that
it?
Brady Gatorade in her.
We switched off.
Would you rather never see another championship in your lifetime or lose your long-term memory forgetting all of the other championships that you've seen?
Oh, Jesus. That's the easiest. That's the easiest. A, never see another championship and just live in the six. Because right now we can just tell everyone that the Brady era was all about everyone eating a bag of six.
As far as you're concerned,
Bag of
there's
six.
nobody.
Bag of six.
nobody
Hey, everyone,
ever
how
won
about my
anything
bag
again.
of six? But lose my long term, like see memories over and over again. What is it going to say? 6:39 on the
Pittsburgh-
clock as Sonny and Cher's "I Got You, Babe" comes up.
Pittsburgh
That's an
has
odd
six.
Groundhog Day.
Pittsburgh
Yep.
has 6, but no one, Brady has 6. Bradshaw has 4. Mm-hmm. Roethlisberger has 2. So Brady's is way more
Are we
impressive.
talking rapes or?
Wow.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got that many.
Oh, okay.
But you know what I'm saying? There's nothing more impressive than what Brady has.
No, there's in the salary cap
Yeah.
era. Back
Yeah.
then, like when the Steelers won, there were 5 teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
4 of them didn't even have stadiums.
And their whole team was on the juice.
And the whole, I know,
Yeah.
Jack Lambert used to literally like kill people on field. Like the entire team was on the juice. And now, how about this? When we open the 2019 season on Sunday Night Football, because Ginger Von Douche Whistle is not enough of a man to put the Patriots on the Thursday night game.
I hate that guy.
And open the season. I think it's pretty safe to say you're not the only one in New England, but he's a fucking hump. The Patriots open on Sunday night, and who are the Patriots cuckolding on their own stadium, on their turf? They're going to be like, "Hey, Pittsburgh, look at this, bitch. We got
Is that
6
who we
now,
had first?
too."
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
We
I
won
love
against
it.
Pittsburgh.
I love it because I don't think Pittsburgh has a chance in the first game of the season. Pittsburgh starts off cold all the time. And they kind of have a build. They're going to lose. And I got to tell you, at the end of the season, it could very well come to even records, who won the head-to-head,
Right.
and who gets the home field.
Remember last year
Yeah.
when they
We
lost
back-
against Pittsburgh? That was a tough one.
We could have backed in a better seeding too. Remember?
Oh,
Yep.
But it worked out.
Oh, it's going to be so nice to raise that banner in front of those assholes.
Oh yeah, true.
You want
is.
another one?
Was Kraft going to be there?
What's that?
Will Kraft be there?
Probably.
Well, and here's the thing: if he's not, they'll hold off on that banner, and I respect it, and that's what
I
they
do
will
too.
do.
I think he's going to get suspended. I think he's going to get suspended like 6 or 8 games. Jonathan will run the team in the interim. I think Jonathan and the rest of the Kraft boys play a very heavy hand in the operations to begin with.
Right.
No one will notice a thing has happened. And then when he comes back, by the time you can first see him, when Tony Romo and Jim Nantz are like, "Hello, friends, there's Robert Kraft." Oh, I'm excited to see him.
You can get suspended as
Think
an
about,
owner.
yeah.
As
Think
an
about-
owner, yeah.
Think about all the bullshit that's followed around this team with like Brady getting suspended,
Deflate
and all
guard.
the,
Fake.
the Belichick stuff,
Fake.
Kraft coming back for this thing. There's
Alleged.
so much Aaron Hernandez,
The video
like
taping.
the videos, like there's
Which
just,
everyone else was doing.
Oh, that is the
Please.
biggest pile of shit that's ever happened because, first off, you were still allowed to videotape. At that point, you just couldn't videotape where they were videotaping. So it's not even that big a deal.
He's a scumbag.
But two, everybody
Regretted it every day of
videotaped.
his life since.
Everybody videotaped. Everybody. And then Belichick also had a leg to stand on in his explanation. He said the rule was you're not allowed to videotape and try and use it for that game. And they were just kind of like, yeah, it was videotaped, and we just have it. Like, so, we
Right.
might do something with it in the future. By the way, you couldn't possibly break down all the signals that they were doing, all the fucking weirdo shit, and then assign it to a play during the game. There's no fucking way.
And Herm Edwards said that he used to know that they were doing it and didn't give a flying shit.
Because everybody
and
does
he would
it.
actually find the camera and he would do funny faces to it in the game on the sidelines for the Patriots because he just knew that's how they did their recon and didn't care about it. But Mangini does it because he's mad that Belichick doesn't tell him, like, oh, good luck, I'm super happy for you, coaching the Jets. I should take you out in a rowboat in the lake and shoot you in the back of the fucking head, Fredo.
I got a philosophy on this. I think that Eric Mangini had no idea the can of worms that he was opening. None. He thought, like, it's a little gamesmanship. I'm busting his balls. We'll fucking move on with our lives. By Tuesday, this will be done. And then it was like, oh, no, this went on for like fucking 4 years.
He bit off way more than he can chew.
Which, by the way, that's another thing. Think about this. You got 6 championships and counting, and they lost an all-pro tight end to murder charges, 2 first-round picks, and I think a 4th-round pick. Imagine if you had 2 first-round picks, a 4th-round pick, and an all-pro tight end sprinkled in on top of what you've already done.
Other franchises would have folded.
It is crazy, the shit that has happened here, and they keep the boat
I mean, the stress that Kraft must have had, but he used to go to the massage parlors, relieve the stress, and that's why.
With Hernandez, they would have killed.
Hey, well, you know what? He hung in there for as long as he could.
Yeah.
What? But hey, breaking news: Aaron Hernandez dead.
What do you got next, Klusk?
Would you rather have Gronk come back later this year for the playoff run? We know what you think is going to happen. Would you rather have him come back, or would you rather party with him for 3 days in Vegas?
Oh, jeez.
That's a great question.
All right, so get to see Gronk come back for like the playoffs. So 3 games of Gronk.
Do we have an outcome of what happened?
3 days with him in Vegas.
Oh, wow.
I think this is a no-brainer.
come
You
back,
can
'cause
go
you know what?
party
You can
with the
spend
man,
time with him later.
or
Wait, can I do this before? Wow. Oh man, that is a titty twister.
what is
of the
best in
highest
life?
order.
I guess is the question here.
You know what?
Look at the girl he's with in the picture. I mean,
I know.
he's going to bring her.
Oh wow.
I think my grandkids
that
would
might
really
decide
enjoy a
things for
story
I want
about
Gronk
me
to come back on
watching
the
the
team.
season
Me
on
too.
TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This guy's a diehard.
I want him to come back.
That's
on
why
the
he's the
team.
greatest sports fan in the
Husky
history
said,
of
he goes,
sports.
I think my grandkids would really love to hear a story about me watching the season on television.
I'll go with the comeback.
Comeback.
Liar.
All right, I'm gonna bang hookers in Las Vegas. Mr. Monday and Zolo, we don't want you guys to feel left out, so we have a quick one for each of you. Zolo, last week we heard you had a disastrous comedy show at a gay bar. I heard that that might be. I don't know if that's the exact wording. Would you rather sell out every show you headline, but all the shows are at gay bars, or open up for an entire Bill Burr tour, but you don't get paid for it?
Wait, hold on. So
I could answer this for you if you want.
Before you go anywhere, you have to tell. Wait, don't bury the lead. What happened at the show?
It wasn't even.
What was the name
What
of the gay
happened,
bar?
what happened at the show at the Blue Oyster?
Dun, 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 dun. Hearing that music just makes me happy. That's just
that
some
right?
of the it's so funny. Whenever I hear that music.
Police Academy references are okay.
Oh, dun, 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 dun.
Blue Oyster.
Yeah. It wasn't even. No. I know what you're talking about. You saw the social media things.
There's
but
some stuff out there.
I thought you were off social media, Don.
No, I'm back now.
Oh, you
50
should stay
days.
off of it.
50 days.
Wait a second.
Really?
You
50
did
days
comedy
social
at a gay
social
bar. That's
media
fine.
dry?
Let's talk about the gay bar you did.
Yeah, that's right.
What's the name of the place?
Club Cafe.
That's redundant.
Sounds Italian. Doesn't
That's
sound
like
gay.
I'll have the
Some
panini
people
sandwich.
would argue
That's
both.
a club cafe.
That's the name on the sign. If you get the underground flyer, it's the Thirsty Room.
How many
Right.
homosexual men were there?
Wait, is this the one?
Besides
where,
you?
Wait, I know. You know what, Mr. Monday? I've been to this place before. You have to knock 3 times. You slide your sneaker under the door. Then you put your wang right through this hole, and then they let you in the front. It's called Glory Hole.
You-
It's Glory
you
Hole.
knock
So what do they do? They
Twice.
check the sneaker size to know what the size of the. I got you.
I didn't even have a bad show. Somebody else had a bad show.
Who was with you? Give us the initials.
Throw him under the bus.
No, it wasn't.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's,
It was more of just like the crowd sucked. And this is basically, I know what he's talking about, but basically somebody posted on social media, and this was the story. The story was, they're like, some people from the back of the room started making some noise, and I thought they were calling for the server. Well, you were on stage. So I signaled, hey, don't worry, I called the server. And they were like, why? And they said, well, I heard you make some noise. And they were like, we were laughing. That's why you didn't understand. because the other comedian had kind of eaten dicks for
Right.
like 7 minutes.
Sure. So
Which
if
is
I-
And it was
weird
like,
when-
which, by the way,
Yeah.
gay guys, sassy jabs. I gotta say, I was like,
They have
solid
to-
poke.
they have
That's
to
the
be
name
quick.
of their boxing club,
Sassy
right?
jabs.
Sassy jabs.
I thought you were gonna say gay guys eat dicks.
No, they don't do
Well, I mean, they have to be
Uh,
quick. Gay guys got to be quick.
What are the ratings on this show in Provincetown? Are they good? Are they big on the end of the Cape?
Mr. Monday,
Yes.
would you rather have every day besides Monday be eliminated? Every day is now Monday. Or never hear someone bitch about the day again?
I want every day of the week here. I mean, because that just catapults me to Monday. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
I want Mondays here.
Yeah, the 5 kids that you don't love as much as the first kid, that's, you still need them to mow the lawn and shit, right?
I'd love to have nobody ever bitch about Monday again. That means I'm doing my job. You know what I'm saying?
But if you don't have Mondays, I mean, Mondays are, like without Mondays, we don't have that joke in Office Space. We don't have Garfield. We don't have something to talk about at work. Monday is the Super Bowl 42 of all of the days of the week, and I like to think that the other 6 days are the Super Bowl championships, and you need to know what darkness looks like in order to appreciate the dynasty. Am I right, people?
I like it. I like
Thank
it.
you.
I like it.
Yeah. All right, guy behind the computer probably jerking off.
So definitely, that's my answer.
All right, that's good for me. I write these down in my journal. I read them at night before I go to bed.
I think we're all got thrown by the journal thing.
Oh, is that the next one? Okay.
We're done with that.
We're going to take a quick break. We're right back with Fitzy and Zollo. Thank you.
Have you been suffering from back pain, neck pain, or overall discomfort? Are you looking for instant relief and, more importantly, preventing future pain? Then it's time to head down to a Touch of Health Chiropractic Wellness Center in Swampscott today. Whether it's stress relief, posture improvement, mood elevation, immune system boost, or just sleeping better at night, it's time to call Dr. Amar at 781-592-7600.
Here we are!
So, Fitzy, you do stand-up? You've done stand-up before?
Yes, sir.
How'd you get started?
Do event hosting, stand-up. Believe it or not, the first Fitzy routine I ever did in the first couple of years before I ever did a YouTube video, before I ever did anything Patriots related, it was all on stage in New York because I thought it would be fun when I was living in the city to do stand-up comedy in character and fuck with New York audiences by giving them what they thought was the typical drunken masshole, except I always tried to talk about heady shit. So I would do like sophisticated movie reviews, but I would do it as the drunk guy behind you at Fenway who was 9 deep before he even lost his ticket on the way in the stadium and then got in 3 fights when someone pissed on his shoes in the trough in the bathroom at Fenway. So I did it for years, and I still love doing it, but as soon as the YouTube thing caught on, I had to jump on social media and, just you follow the scent.
So you started off in New York on stage.
Yep.
When you piss in the trough, do you like go to the side so no one can see it? How do you do it?
Someone's gonna see it if it's
Like,
crowded.
I'm saying, do you like let it I just let mine hang down. I don't care who's
Oh
looking.
no,
Like,
I'm
what do you guys
still
do?
a little kid. I like piss my name. Sometimes I'll piss the score.
Some guys put their hand in front of it so the other guys can't see it.
I help the guy
I
next
pull
to
my
me.
pants right down to my ankles and piss.
You know,
in
the
trough.
one time I ever made the mistake of looking over, I got so scarred. You know, like you have that traumatic memory of one time you do something, you're like, I'm never going to do that again. It's like walking in and like seeing your grandparents like reverse cowgirling or something, and you're like, wow, I'm never having sex.
You're like, I'm out here in 5 minutes.
I just let me just go make some microwave popcorn and pop and I'll be right back. I literally looked over one time and I watched this guy who had such a Belichick. He had so much rope. He literally like flung his last 3 drips off of it, and I was like, holy shit, that looked like a snake. I'm never gonna look at someone again.
What, does Belichick have a wanger?
Of course he does. He's Bill Belichick.
I figured he probably does.
He has to tape it down to the side of his knee.
What about you, Don? In a trough.
That's, by the way, if you ever hear a call on WEEI and they're like, all right, let's go to Don in the trough. Don, you're up next. That's Zollo.
What do you want to know? What do I do in a trough?
How do you like when you piss in the trough at Fenway? Do you like let it hang out, or you kind of hide it a little bit?
I kind of go to the right to try and get a little attention.
Angle it.
And then I snap a picture.
So do you follow his burner account? His toilet selfies? They're incredible.
Did you ever Actually, let me ask you this: have you ever been to Buffalo Stadium?
Yes.
All right.
What do they call
No.
New Era Field? Yeah.
All right.
Never.
I have never been there.
They can
Somebody
party up
told
there.
me this, and I find this to be the most bizarre thing I've ever heard of in my life. They said that they have a trough urinal system, but it's in the shape of a U.
So you're looking. Face
So
to
you're
face or
looking
something?
across the way at a guy's dick and making eye contact simultaneously. And I was like, sign me. I was like, that's fucking weird.
That's the only way you do it.
Like, that's insane. If that's true, I don't know. I've never been there. I don't know if that's what you encountered, but that was like the most mind-blowing bathroom
Wait, how
experience.
Well, in fairness, in Buffalo,
Is there a barrier that goes up and blocks your prick?
According to my buddy, there was
eye
nothing.
contact the whole time.
That's just that's fucking
It's like
crazy.
It's like a peep show almost.
Do you want the barrier to stop the urine, or
I mean, a barrier so you can't.
I'm assuming there's a
you know.
safe distance.
Check out each other's meat whistle.
Although I heard some kid has his hat on backwards and he's just fucking pissing all
no, I'm
over
just saying, I'm going to be
people's
so hard, it's going to go right. It's not going to go in the thing.
shit. I'm gonna be so hard.
So you got some online videos.
There's definitely an argument for, like, you know how, like, sometimes, like, if you do shitty in English Premier League soccer, they relegate the team. We should relegate cities in America. We should just kick them to the D League or send them to Canada or Mexico. First one, Buffalo.
Done.
What do we need? What do we need? Like, we don't use the Erie Canal anymore. Everyone else figured out how to make your fucking wings.
Delaware.
Exactly.
Didn't
the
we
next
already
city,
get-
Delaware. Because fuck that city,
Fuck
right?
that city.
Yeah.
So you still working with the Pats?
By the way, we actually
Yes,
have
sir.
we have a huge Delaware
how's that
contingent,
going?
so-
Still got the online videos. I got a treasure trove of I think
I
like
don't know,
400
what-
videos on the YouTube channel.
Once this airs, I don't know if you'll still have all of them.
I was gonna say we might not. Everything might get pulled down after that. I used to work for the Patriots until I decided to come on this show.
Everyone actually does better once they leave here.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? I'm a better person for it.
It's the Monday momentum, the Monday boost.
I feel like this is the time where I've flown up to my own fortress of solitude and reconnected with my personal Jor-El here right now. I left here. I arrived Clark Kent. I'm leaving fucking Superman.
What's next in line for you?
Great. I have no idea. You guys need a PA? Hopefully drive home, not end up in the ocean and get stabbed as I stop at one of 9 roast beef joints on the Revere Beach Parkway.
We're gonna walk you out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll give Fitzy the old I Love Monday special. Hey, there you go, buddy. Great
Kowski,
job.
what we got next?
Well, lately we've been unearthing some of our old segments, and this week is no different. So we want to know, you guys are all straight guys, right?
For the most part.
All right, same here, right?
There might be a half a bisexual between the three of us.
We all
Is
love
Tom
women.
Brady in the equation?
He absolutely is in this
right,
equation.
well, then no.
It's just a game. We want people at home to know we're not making fun of anybody. We're just having fun, and we're putting ourselves in, other people's shoes here. So let's get ready to play a little hypothetical homosexual.
Oh man, that's a great restaurant.
We're gonna give you a couple of options.
Hey, McCluskey.
That's what he
Yeah.
just did stand up.
I think it should be homothetical.
Homothetical?
Homothetical. That should be the name of it.
The T-shirts would be cheaper. Yeah,
Yeah.
we could do that.
Hey, can I get a copy of this segment that they can run before I host the Oscars one day?
Absolutely, yeah.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you know him as that guy who was a hit on hypothetical homosexual. Your host for the Oscars, Fitzy.
Well, the first one's for Mr. Monday. We can get it started with you. Your career is not going to get on the. You're not going on the
Can't get any worse.
The 1980s were a crazy time for music and movies. These are two guys that dominated the decade. Hypothetically, would you want to be dominated by Rob Lowe or Patrick Swayze?
I dirty danced with Patrick Swayze. Him and when he had his mullet. Like
So you'd put Rob Lowe in the
punk
corner?
ass mullet. Rob Lowe's like he's too feminine, soft ass, like shaved from the waist down.
Colts fan.
He's a Colts fan. I want nothing to do with that guy.
You're kind of selling me on Rob
He's shaved
Lowe.
from the waist down.
That was highly specific. May I be honest, sir? That was highly specific.
I mean, this is hypothetical.
Of course, hypothetical. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Patrick Swayze's butthole is probably all dead.
And the thing is, hypothetically, I know that
Wow.
Rob Lowe's definitely spooned another man, and Patrick Swayze definitely hasn't. So I'd go with Patrick Swayze because I wouldn't be gay because he's never done it. So
First of all, Klusky.
do you understand?
How dare you step to the memory of Patrick Swayze? How dare you? You step to anyone in Point Break, I step outside with you after the show, number one. Number two, of course you go Swayze.
Swayze,
Are
all
you
day
kidding me? Dirty Dancing, Roadhouse alone, the same way that he fucking killed that
I
guy
just
by
wanna smell the
ripping out
blood.
his throat and shoving his thumb in there. I'd swap out the thumb for something else. Holy shit. That beautiful man. He was a ballerina. He was a
Who was the
ballet
girl he
dancer.
was dirty dancing with?
Rob Lowe has
Jennifer
coke.
Grey.
Would you want to smell her midsection?
Are you kidding me?
She's Jeannie
She could
Bueller.
give me.
Of course I would.
Are you kidding me? I would let her. She was in Ferris Bueller. Anyone in
Jeannie-
Ferris Bueller's Day Off
Jeannie
can give me a
Bueller.
Bolivian landslide any day.
Would you smell
She's a
between her
Bueller.
breasts?
Are you kidding? I'd crawl 500 yards through Shawshank shit just to have her piss in my ear.
We've already established that Rob Lowe has a shaved butthole and cocaine, so I'm going Rob Lowe.
Hey everyone, if you want to follow along at home, use the hashtag Rob Lowe's shaved butthole and play along with this family friendly.
He has a silly putty anus.
With a fade. The next one's for Don Zollo.
This is real life, right?
One was a great guitarist and songwriter. The other one was one of basketball's greatest competitors.
Oh wow.
Who are you
No-brainer.
taking
He's like
to the
Rick
back
Jones.
court? John Oates
Oh,
or
that's
Larry
Joe. He
Bird?
was younger.
This isn't even an argument. I wish you gave me a fair, like something I have to think out. This is Larry Bird.
John
all
Oates.
day.
So we're not basing it
John,
on
what are you,
muscle
nuts?
here.
John
Bullshit.
Oates, Larry Bird's too big. His dick would tear you in half.
I'm into this. That's what I'm
Larry
into.
Bird's penis actually has a U on the side of it. 'Cause it's the size of a submarine.
That's what I think I'm hypothetically into.
Would
I
you kiss him?
bet you Larry Bird has the curve. I bet you he's got a
You
curve.
think he does?
I'm willing to believe.
He's got a Randy West.
You saw his finger.
It can throw a hook shot.
He just fucking
Right.
throw the finger up in the air and
You,
just
you
fucking
want the hick from French Lick, huh?
over fucking John Hall.
How did John
Look at that
Hall?
picture.
Sir, excuse me, that's John Oates from the
Plus,
number one
I
duo
gotta-
of all time.
Hall and
18 number one hits. Hall and Oates.
You
You
know-
shitting me?
you know-
Rock and Soul Part
Were
One's
they
the
better than
greatest album
Simon and
ever recorded.
Garfunkel? They had more than them.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be into you, Don. He likes rich girls.
Would you want
Now
Larry,
you've gone too far, but you know it don't matter anyway.
would you want Larry Bird to shave or be unshaven?
I'd like an early '80s Bird. Is I guess what I'd have to say.
Okay.
Oh my God, I saw that pic. Didn't you take a picture with Larry? I saw that picture.
I met Larry last week.
Yeah,
2
he
weeks
looked
ago.
super excited to be
Freaking
there.
accosted him.
I know.
We're basically medium friends. I wouldn't call us best friends. I'm medium
So
friends.
mid-level
I heard
buddies.
I heard now if you got like long before like that famous story about Wade Boggs with the flight across the country where he drank
He's
like
right.
60
Which is-
Miller Lights.
this guy can drink.
He could
Yeah.
he could
Yeah, I
put
heard-
him away like nobody. That's what I'd want to
Yeah,
do.
but I gotta say this. I don't think Bird could drink with Boggs. I think Boggs is on a different planet drinking wise. Like, I can remember specific nights in my life going into the 30s, like in terms of beers.
Sure.
Like when I was like a
Yeah,
like
it's a
a
day that
college
ends in
kid.
AY if you don't have 30 Miller
But
Lights.
but I'm like, to hit 60,
Mm-hmm.
like that's fucking insanity. And I've heard the numbers go anywhere from 54 to 60. That is a different level.
It's a lot of pissing.
That's the thing too, is no one ever talks about that.
a lot of trough.
They were on it. They were on it.
That's a lot of water.
Astronaut.
They were on
That's
it. They were
what
on a
astronaut
plane for
diapers
that.
people.
I'd like to dedicate it. We should have a whole segment of people who come in and break this down. But I've always thought that's like the most amazing thing ever, and allegedly that's the most true story ever because there's like 7 people that vouch for it.
But also, don't forget, number one, I mean, you know, he's a professional athlete and they're X-Men and they can do different things with baseball bats, basketballs, calories than the rest of us. And those flights back then, they didn't go cross-country all the time.
They
They'd fly
always-
halfway
they would
across the
stop
country,
and refuel.
take an hour in St. Louis, go meet up with their road beef, father a couple of children, and then get back on, bang out another 30 Miller Lights. That was living.
Where's the next one? Where's these kids popping up? Can't anybody shoot basketballs anymore? Some kid with an ugly mustache and
It's a different world.
By the way, Mr. Monday, do you ever hear the name Margot and not think Wade Boggs?
No.
My mother's name's Margot.
Oh, shit. Damn it.
Ironically, that's the one that Wade Boggs was fucking.
Wow. Now, see, you've been here long enough to say that. I wouldn't step to it. I respect the seat, sir. Good day.
the next one's for you, Fitzy.
All right.
Tom Brady has had many backups over the years, but in the mid-2000s, he was backed up by 2 Heisman Trophy winners. Not that you're gay, but hypothetically, who would you want to sack in the backfield? Doug Flutie or Vinny Testaverde?
Oh, man. You know what? I know Vinny Testaverde has, what, more touchdowns or more...
Right, he's got some record.
like, he's got
Probably got more
playoffs or something
more
like that.
more completions or more whatever. But Testaverde is a Jet to me. And even though Testaverde is a Jet, and I know Belichick loved him, but Doug Flutie, even though like the greatest play he ever made as a Patriot is the drop kick,
Right. Truth.
he could drop kick it right through me. I'll tell you what, I would want him to go long to Gerard Phelan on me any day. 65 yards for the win in Miami, all day, all night. Yeah, and you know what? Finish and then just dump Flutie flakes all over.
And then when he's done, you just yell, "He did it! He did it! Flutie did it! Oh my God, Flutie did it!"
Remember all right,
There's one of your all-time great Boston sportsmen. Where were you in the Flutie to Phelan moment over Miami?
I was at my house in Saugus, and I
was.
remember waking up the next morning and it was plastered everywhere. It was just like I remember
I was at
waking
my
up and
house with my brothers and all the friends. They were playing cards. I was like 16, and then we went at a pickup football game. We all fired up. It was ages. At the time I was 16, and then those guys 36, 46 went and had a pickup football game across the street.
Awesome.
It was the best.
I scared the shit out of my mother. I yelled so loud in the kitchen and just did fat kid laps around the house. Oh, it was awesome.
Were you fat before?
Oh, hell yeah.
Tell me about it.
On a very special I Love Mondays. Fat Fitzy.
Wait a minute, Fitzy.
This is what happens. You
pork
grow up.
chop?
Oh, are you kidding me? 13 years old, 260 pounds, bar mitzvah mustache, size 46 pants, and when you're in 8th grade, nothing.
260?
Yeah, man.
Would you start taking Adderall and lose weight? What happened?
What the hell did I do? I think I just went on like the Castaway diet and just ate nothing but volleyballs and fish for a year. Whatever I did, it worked. And during that time, all those years I got made fun of. Now all those people pump my gas whenever I go back to my hometown.
Do you have a lot of stretch marks because of it?
Damn right I do. You want to see them?
Later.
I'll see you at the trough. By the way, when this show goes network, can we please open right next to Zollo's Ding Dong Hut or whatever he's going to call his gay comedy bar? Can you and I go splitsies on a place called the Trough? You literally get the beer poured for you where you stand and piss. You can't move the whole time. You just have to stand, drink, and piss.
I like that.
Did you ever hear of this for
make it confusing.
a Bob promo? You guys ever hear of a Belly Buster? You know what that is? They serve all the drinks at an insanely low price. Like you'll get like a beer for a nickel or a dime, right? But it only goes until the first person in the bar has to take a piss. So everybody's holding, and it's like after like an hour and a half, it's like someone's weak.
Must be a lot of
And they're
piss
like,
on the
"You
floor in
better
there."
fucking hold
That's
it."
kind of crazy.
Astronaut
They,
diapers.
they should put fucking sawdust on the floor in that place.
Yeah.
I'd bring a salt lick.
Soak that shit up.
Chug. It's like a horse.
Mr. Monday.
Yes.
These are two of the coolest guys that have ever walked. From singing to acting, who would you want to serenade you? Dean Martin or Frank, what's this guy's last name?
Frank Sinatra.
Oh, that's him.
Let me tell you something. If Nat King Cole was Caucasian, you wouldn't have even heard of Sinatra. Just so you guys know that. That guy was unbelievable.
I heard that Sinatra was a lot of hype. They paid people
But
at
I
the
will say,
beginning.
no, Dean Martin. Dean Martin's my guy.
Really?
I'd want him to serenade me. Absolutely.
You know what I find interesting about this is
I'd sing back to him.
being heterosexual men. I would have probably picked the guy I didn't like and fucked him in the ass, but you guys are picking the guy that you want to like you and fuck you in the ass. I find that interesting.
I know.
Does serenade mean something different in the country you're from?
That's not what he said.
Delaware.
Delaware.
Dean Martin's got a great voice. He's a croon like Sinatra, an excellent voice and his old blue eyes. I get it, but
He had
like
the mob behind him.
he was an entertainer. Yeah, and he was mob powered.
Yeah.
Dean Martin that's a true throwback to an American legend. He was an entertainer.
Did you ever
and a
watch the
singer.
Dean Martin roast?
The greatest things ever.
And he always had a glass of vodka that was really water in his hands.
You think it
Was he really faking the drink?
Yeah.
No, I ain't buying that.
He did an awesome job.
Because
He
let
was
me tell you,
faking
that
it
guy
up.
drank a lot, and it was also the '60s. I'm gonna disagree with you to the hilt on that.
Him and Jerry Lewis together were awesome.
Oh,
Do you know that they were together as a comedy duo for 10 years to the day?
Really?
And then it was done.
that's how all relationships should work. 10 years to the day, just expire like Logan's Run.
You get a report card at the end.
Even Brady's?
That's it.
Sorry, I'm
No,
not your father anymore.
Hey, we did good. This is great. I can use this for my next relationship. Thank you.
What do we got next, Klusk?
Don is up. Wait. Yeah, okay. Don, this one's for you. This guy's considered one of the best comedians of all time. And the other was in some really great 80s movies. Would you rather bang Rick Moranis or Groucho Marx?
I'm gonna go hands down.
This is an easy one.
I'm going.
Do
Rick Moranis.
Groucho.
Groucho Marx. You won't tell anybody. It's a silent
You should have
film.
did Groucho.
No, here's the thing. I've always thought Groucho Marx was stupid, and then again, I've never really given it that much of a chance. But I'm just like Rick Moranis, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I'm like I can at least tell like my junior high friends like, hey, I banged that guy.
Right. Whenever you borrow Doc Emmett Brown's time
Wasn't he
machine,
in My
you
Blue
go back
Heaven
in time.
too?
What?
My Blue Heaven.
It's a great movie. It's an underrated Steve Martin.
Do you know how that
comedy.
movie got
He's
created?
Louis Tully from Ghostbusters, for Christ's sake.
That was a
The
good
wife
movie. My Blue
of-
Do
Heaven.
you know how My Blue Heaven got created?
This is interesting.
This is nuts. So the people that wrote My Blue Heaven watched Goodfellas, and the last scene of the movie is Ray Liotta going, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. I get treated like a schnook and blah, blah, blah. And he's like,
schnook.
And they were just like, what if we made that into a comedy? Him living in the middle of nowhere in the witness protection.
The writer of
Mario
Puzo's wife, wasn't it?
Mario Puzo's wife wrote My Blue Heaven?
Yep.
I never heard that.
Pretty sure.
The Godfather writer's wife
Ex-wife.
wrote My Blue Heaven.
Pretty sure.
Was it like a Frank Oz movie too?
I'm going to say
like
this.
that?
If that's not true, we should start saying it anyways because
Yeah.
it's interesting.
It's a great idea for a movie.
We'll have to Google that. If you're watching at home, go fuck yourself.
Thank you.
Fake screenwriting.
All right, what's the last one we got, Klutz?
These two pint-sized heartthrobs are not only clutch in big games, but they can grace the cover of GQ. If you had to be like a receiver for one of these guys, which one would you pick?
Never should have let him go.
No, jeez. Boy, I had no idea I was going to get hit with Sophie's Choice, the handsome receiver edition at the end. Shit. You know what? I think Edelman's the easy choice. And he's still local. You know what? I can't bang anyone within the 495, who could show up again on the Tinder football swipe. So I'll go Dola.
It's a solid rationale.
I'll go Dola.
I think we should have thrown a cougar in this one too and put Welker in there.
He's the cougar in the butt.
Actually, interracial cougar, we bring Troy Brown in. Sprinkle
the
in
original
cougar.
slot receiver. But the problem is with Welker, at this point, he took so many hard hits,
He
you guys
wouldn't
would
remember.
finish and he'd be like, yeah, who are you?
He wouldn't remember.
So Welker.
Is a male cougar like a tiger, or what do we? What do
A
we get
mooger?
to? A mooger.
A mooger.
That sounds-
A male
Fitzy, what did
cougar.
you think about Mondays before you came to the show?
Oh, like I
Did you like
told
Mondays,
you,
or you
no,
just thought
they were a drag, but I knew that it was
One day it's gonna
it was
turn.
the hell, it was the shit, it was the it was the dark side of the moon I had to get through to see the beautiful light of the next day. So Mondays make me I want Mondays. I appreciated them because they made me look forward to Tuesday. It was the rainstorm to the sunshine. It was the Zollo to the Monday. You had to get through one thing to reach the
No. Don't try to save yourself.
I'm not gonna bother. Are you kidding me?
What do you got for shows
This is the
coming
Dean
up?
Martin
You got any
roast.
shows? Anything
You guys
on
gonna
social media?
you have me back next Monday? I got some just doing a lot of a lot of the South Shore fundraisers, some shows in town. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. And looking forward to football season, making the videos on the YouTubes, whatever, and on the socials at Fitzy GFY with fresh content every day because being a Pats fan is a 247-365 kind of job. Know what I mean?
Well, you're welcome up at any Monday.
Thank you, my man.
Anytime, even a Tuesday, we'll let you come up.
Yeah. What do you guys? What's Tuesdays all about?
The worst day of the week.
Absolutely. Because it's not Monday. That's right. This was a blast.
But
Thanks
you
for having
can
me,
come
guys.
up anytime.
Thank you, buddy.
We hate to see Mondays come and go, but just remember, Monday is to seize the opportunity. Monday on 3. 1, 2, 3. Monday!
Guys, what's up? You guys ready to make the trailer? Like for the next show? Can we just talk real quick before we do it? Like Abyss. Like I love hip hop, but maybe can we mix up a little genres this time? Maybe we'll do some country or something different. I mean, I don't want to offend you, but we get some different heads in the crowd, right? Whatever. Tim, seriously, we're doing comedy. Like I just said, I don't get it. I like video games, all, but the ninjas. Let's do something. Maybe cut the ninjas out, right? No ninjas, no hip hop.
No ninjas in the trailer?
Let's do something different. Go!
It goes big comedy in the little cafe. If you came to laugh, then you're in the right place. It's a sick lineup with Timmy and Chris, plus a hip hop twist with your boy Abyss. It goes big comedy, little cafe. If you came to laugh, then you're in the right place. It's a sick lineup with Timmy and Chris, plus a hip hop twist with your boy Abyss. Goes big comedy in the little cafe. If you came to laugh, then you're in the right place. Sick lineup with Timmy and Chris, plus a hip hop twist with your boy Abyss. It's like big comedy, little cafe. If you came to laugh, then you're in the right place. Sick lineup with Timmy and Chris, plus a hip hop twist with your boy Abyss. How we doing? How we doing?
Outstanding. Well done. Excellent.